Reverend Doctor Esquire I be. I fight against the conspiracy. With the con dupes, cheats, and lies, their nature cannot be disguised. If pink it be, then pink it dies. Praise Bob! Praise Bob!
They seem to be a run-of-the-mill subs with a bit of extra spice. They commanded extra attention, though, because they came all the way from Kentucky with no money, immediately needing to cut a deal with Reverend Magdalene.
She came up and she said, "So I'm guessing that y'all don't have the money." So she says, "We might be able to work something out. How would you like to do trash for 4 days?" And that sounded great.
Looking at this footage later, that line always seemed a bit strange. I guess it's how he said doing trash for 4 days sounded great.
How would you like to do trash for 4 days? And that sounded great.
Hard to believe anything could stress these people out if 4 days of trash sounded great, but apparently someone did. Surprisingly enough, it was one of their own brethren, just in case.
He proved himself to be a lying, self-centered, inconsiderate asshole, and quite frankly, the band has had that kind of membership before.
Pretty rough words. The incident in question was elaborated on the following year in Just in Case's own words.
These guys, I'm trying to think who they were, I can't remember their church names, but they asked me and Lon to carry kegs up to their camp.
In Old Slack Woods, right?
Yeah, exactly. That. Well, anyway, whenever all that was going on, the guy gave me $10 on the bottom out in the field or whatever. Well, anyway, I carried it up there, I got the money. Then there was another guy on the other side, he gave me $10. And I was like, okay, they both gave me money. So I didn't actually know that I was only going to get paid $10, in which I got it all confused. And then Lon's like, "You're stealing." And I'm like, okay, I didn't know, but okay. Then he got all pissed off about that.
So it was all a big misunderstanding.
Yes, it was, goddammit.
I guess it is conceivable there was no malicious intent, so the incident quickly blew over, which was probably a bad thing because they decided it'd be a good idea to live together. Incidents occurred which Master Detective Soon Win pieced together from Just in Case's psychotic meanderings.
Just in Case lived with Lon and spilled the beer on Lon's shit. And then they had a fight. And then Lon moved in with Esquire and then attacked him with a hammer.
Am I going too fast? Okay, let's get that again.
Tried to kill Esquire with a hammer.
Yes, he tried to kill me with a hammer.
Ah, those bygone days of youth. Remember chasing your first roommate with a hammer? No? Well, neither did Just in Case and Esquire. At least not very well.
I'm not sure. I didn't get the complete story, but I know that's how it went.
I was in a room. He was banging on the door with the hammer.
And that's about all I can get from the two of them. Lon, on the other hand, remembered the events in stark detail.
And all of a sudden, I get cable. On that same day, he takes the TV out of the room with the cable and puts it in his. Nothing. So I went and I turned the heat on and closed all the vents in the house. I knew he wasn't expecting.
And how could he, Lon? Who wakes up in the morning with the expectation someone will try to cook them with central air? Then Lon, in a statement that would almost indicate he's tried this before...
He has a pretty high tolerance for heat, so I figured it'll take him a while to notice it. But whenever he does, it'll be so blazing hot that it'll be really agitating.
Once again, it's not looking good for Esquire. Of course, when you put situations to words, they can seem longer, but in reality, they're usually over in a matter of minutes.
So I sat there with the hammer in front of his door for like 4 hours. 4 hours. 4 hours. The house was about, I'd say, 120 degrees.
Just started chasing him with the hammer and knocked holes in the wall and just went fucking nuts.
Of course, no one seems to be able to elaborate on what happened after this. I'm assuming he didn't get Esquire. However, this is not where our story ends.
This happened about 2 months ago. Dr. Lon bought an automatic rifle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lost episode to True Stories of the Highway Patrol. Now, for your amusement, the reason why most crimes occur.
I was bored, and I had some money.
He sold his gun to get his Bob tattoo. He sold it to Esquire's dad.
He told us
for
he
50
was
bucks.
working in the subway to get the tattoo.
No, hold on. Let me get this straight, okay? Let me get this straight. Because I'm having trouble with the logic here.
Get a tight shot, man.
Okay, all right. Now I got to get your reaction on this one. So, Lon chased Esquire around with a hammer, right? Then after Lon chased him around with a hammer, he bought an automatic rifle, and then he took the automatic rifle and gave it to Esquire's dad, whose son has been chased by a hammer by him, right? For a tattoo.
For $50. Why not sell it to Esquire's dad? He knows a bunch of crazies.
Let me just say it now, for the record, that I'm never, ever going to visit Kentucky. But let's not just jump all over Lon. Esquire's a crazy fucker, too.
Well, anyway, Esquire, he likes his booze. Well, anyway, he started drinking like 3 beers, and after that, he moved to the tequila. Finished that, and then he moved to Bacardi 151. Oof. And then he got all drunk and in a rage where, I'm trying to think what he called himself. Heath.
Not the candy bar, but a homicidal maniac. Do you know of any way that we can get Heath to come out?
Get him drunk. Get him really, really fucking drunk.
I've seen him drunk. Maybe I've seen him as Heath.
Sir! Oh, kill me! Oh, kill me! Slash! Oh, kill me!
So in the middle of a Heath rage, a man who chased around someone with a hammer bought an automatic rifle and gave it to the father of the guy he chased around with a hammer and threatened you as his alternate personality, Heath. That didn't intimidate you either?
No.
Alright, let's go around the room. Are you intimidated by Lon now?
By Lon or Esquire as Heath?
So after chasing his son around with a hammer, you decided to sell his father an AK-47.
Yes.
So, having done that, would you think twice about chasing Esquire around with a hammer again?
Not at all.
Howdy!